Alright guys, I'm back, and today I thought I'd come out with this video. I've had a haircut recently, so basically I've had a haircut today. But today I'm gonna tell you about the dream WrestleMania 31 card, and I know that you guys are gonna say, well, Cal, we're still in December, it's still Christmas time. We're not. It's not even Christmas Day yet, and you're still talking about WrestleMania. You're talking about next year. And basically, around about this time of the year, going into January, we normally do talk about WrestleMania, and talk about talk about the dream cards. And all of my friends and all the friends I know on YouTube do, talk about their dream WrestleMania cards. I hear them quite a lot say, "Oh well, this such and such body, and I would like to do this at WrestleMania." But I thought, you know what? I thought I'll do one of these myself because I've never done a WrestleMania 31 dream card. I've thought of this in the past of doing one of these. I just thought I've been thinking about doing this for quite some time, for the last few months, but I haven't really written it down till like a few days ago, and I thought about it a few nights ago, and I read it out, and basically I thought I give the dream WrestleMania 30 card. So I'm gonna open up. So I'm gonna start off with my pre-show, and with my pre-show match is gonna be like an NXT Breakout Battle Royal, which is the winner of that match from NXT would actually get called up from the main roster. So if you do win the Battle Royal, if you do win the WWE if you win the NXT Breakthrough Battle Royal in the pre-show, then you will be called up to the main roster, so you can perform on Raw and SmackDown. And obviously at the next pay-per-view on Raw, on the next pay-per-view at whatever that pay-per-view will be, that you get a main part of the pay-per-view, which I think is a good idea. So yeah, an NXT Breakthrough Battle Royal, the winner gets called up to the main roster. That's my pre-show. So that should last about a good 20 to 30 minutes to get my last buys in for my pay-per-view, and get my last buys in for WrestleMania 31, and get people invested into the show. And then obviously into the pre-show I'll be advertising my main event, and I'll tell you about the main event later. But basically, my pre-show panel I picked is going to be a panel from this year actually. My panel is HBK, Ric Flair, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I just like those guys on the pre-show panel at the Royal Rumble this year. I thought it was very entertaining. I enjoyed listening to those three guys. I respect the hell of all those three guys, and basically, I thought it was really good. And then my first match, so for the first match on my WrestleMania 30 Dream card, I thought I'll go over an IC title match. I thought I'll open up the show with a TLC IC title match, which is going to be whoever the IC champion is at WrestleMania 31 versus maybe an Adrian Neville. I'm thinking maybe something like an Adrian Neville versus maybe somebody. I don't know why I picked Adrian Neville. I think if you're going for a TLC match, you've got to go with two high flyers. I don't want to go for Dolph Ziggler because I don't know if Dolph Ziggler is going to become IC champion at WrestleMania 31. I don't know if he is going to be still IC champion at WrestleMania 31. It's very likely he's not. But I'm just kind of thinking like whoever the IC champion was is kind of like it's going to be like a high fly, like two high flyers. So I think that's probably gonna, obviously that match, I'll have that going about a 40-minute match, because I think that you've got to have people basically get invested into the match, get people hyped up for the show, because you got to let WrestleMania, get hot and stuff. So, and then after that, the second match of the night is going to be Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. I think that this will be a great match. I think that these two guys would have really great chemistry together. I think this is a way to put Seth Rollins over and make him a big star at WrestleMania. Because I don't want Randy Orton to win the match, because basically it won't make any sense. Like, you're supposed to build up Seth Rollins as your next main event star in the WWE, and if Randy Orton did win this match, in real life, it won't make no sense. I mean, that would just be the burial of Seth Rollins. You've got to make Seth Rollins look strong, and Seth Rollins is going to have to go over in this match clean. But yeah, like I said, I picked Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton because basically I think because all because they have quite a lot of history, because you know they've been part of the Authority, they've teamed up together. I mean. And stuff like that, they've helped each other. So I mean that's why I picked the feud. I think it's, you know, obviously Seth Rollins took out Randy Orton. So yeah, I think that'd be a good match. Then and then the third match on my card is going to be Dean Ambrose versus Triple H in a street fight. I went for this because I think that, again, like the Seth Rollins and Randy Orton match, these guys have a lot of history together, because obviously they faced off against each other when Ambrose was in the Shield and Triple H was in Evolution. And basically it's kind of one of those feuds that I think is going to be really awesome, because you've got two badasses, two great heels in Triple H and Dean Ambrose. And I think if Dean Ambrose was a babyface and Triple H was a heel, I think there will be a lot of money in a Dean Ambrose and Triple H feud. I think a lot of people will get invested into that feud, because I think there's two great mic workers, you know, also involved in that, with a Dean Ambrose and a Triple H. I just think that match would just be so good, like, because you gotta go with street fight. I don't want them to have like just a one-on-one match. I think it'd be kind of boring. You gotta go with because I think you gotta have a step to the match. And Ambrose, I think like I said with Seth Rollins, he's gotta go over clean to make Ambrose a star, to make him a main event star. You know, solidify himself at Wrestlemania as a, you know, main event star for the WWE. Then I went for advertisements after that, because I think we need an advertisement break after that. Then I went with a segment, maybe like an interview or something. Then for this match, now I don't know if I'm gonna be 100% right with this, but a dream match I was gonna say was gonna be Sting versus Bray Wyatt. I was gonna say Sting Triple H, but I thought Dean Ambrose and Triple H would make more sense, so I went with that. But basically, I went with Sting versus Bray Wyatt. Like, I think the build up to this match, if it's done correctly, could be done to very great heights. I think Sting and Bray Wyatt could cut some great dark, creepy promos on each other. I would like to see Bray Wyatt booked strong if he did face someone like a Sting, because let's face it, like Sting, you know, if Bray Wyatt did pin Sting clean at Wrestlemania 31 and actually got a clean win over Sting, a guy who has pioneered this business, who has basically faced guys like your Hulk Hogan, you know, has faced guys like Goldberg and all these other guys, and he's never faced spot in the WWE, and he puts over somebody like, you know, like Bray Wyatt. It's really good. I think that would be really help Bray Wyatt's career and help him become a main event star. And then I went with a tag match. Now I was thinking about having a Divas match, but I don't care about the Divas, so I went with a tag match. And you guys can decide. I mean, what would you have as your dream? I mean, this is my dream card. This is my dream card for WrestleMania 31. I don't know who the side champs are going to be this time. Maybe the Ascension will be, but I don't really know. So I'm just leaving that blank at the minute. So I think who I want in that spot. Then we get to the sixth match. The sixth match on my card is Undertaker versus John Cena. I think that this match. Now I think that if Undertaker does return, you're gonna have to fit him in somehow, you know, for a match. But if he's not gonna return, you're just gonna have to leave it. But I think that John Cena versus Undertaker should have been one of those matches that was for the street, because I think that could have had a lot of good story to it. Like I said, I think John Cena versus Undertaker, I think one of those matches that has never happened. You know, kind of, I don't want it to be like kind of like Hogan and Austin in 2002, like they had them both in the company, both in their primes, and basically like they never did the match. But with these two guys, I think they could still do the Cena Undertaker match. Then for my main event, I went with Brock Lesnar defending his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk if he returned, and and Chris Jericho, and maybe and the last guy I'll probably say Batista if he does return, which I think he will. I just think basically that I picked a championship scramble. Yeah, so mine is a championship scramble main event. It's Brock Lesnar going to be defending against Reigns, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Randy Orton. If you put those six together, Batista, you have a good match. So I don't think I'm going to go with Roman Reigns for the win here, because I think Roman Reigns needs to really solidify himself as the main eventer in the WWE, and I think if Roman Reigns does need that big win at a WrestleMania, he's not had a big main event win at WrestleMania yet. But like I said, I think that these 6 guys can have a really great match. Obviously, my WrestleMania card is all about the youth and stuff, and all about pushing the youth and stuff like that. But yeah, and now going into my Hall of Fame now. My Hall of Famers for WrestleMania 31 will probably be like Sting, if he was going in, maybe Macho Man, Owen Hart, Big Boss Man, and I don't know who else. But they'll be my Hall of Fame list anyway. But basically, yeah, that guys is my dream WrestleMania 31 card. What is your dream WrestleMania 31 card? Leave that in the comment section below, guys. And thanks for watching, guys. Break out.